So here's our distributive property. When we see distribution or distributive, it really means multiplying. It strictly is for multiplication, that is all. So if we see that we're going to be distributing, it means that we are going to be multiplying. This example, which is abstract, they're not, usually these would be numbers or terms. Well, it's kind of its own term, but it's showing here A, B. They're not showing the multiply sign, but it is there. So if you wanted to see it, you could put it in there. Same with the A and C right there. It's possible that you may be more familiar with these, with what we call distributive rainbows. Why do they call them that? I don't know, but that's what they call them. So do keep in mind, though, if we were to see something like this, if I were to see something like this, some students know that you multiply, but you can, if you wanted to, call that distribution. And you could even show that green rainbow that I put on there. It is possible also that you may have to distribute between three values. So I'm going to do this abstractly again. So we're going to do B, C, and D. So let's distribute that A, right? Well, that means that I'd have to take the A and distribute it to the B. So I'd have A times B, and then another A times C, but you can distribute to a third term. You can distribute to as many as you need to. But, yeah. Distribution is always multiplication, like these ones, okay? So, it is multiply, and I'm going to distribute. It is distribution. That's 6 times 3x. So again, this would be a question of how many x's is that? Well, 6 times 3 would be 18. Another way to say that is 6 groups of 3 x's, and you end up with 18 x's. This next one can cause a little confusion because it's m times m. Now, I know I'm going to have 7 of them, but I need to understand what m times m is. If I were to simplify this mathematically, not that I think you do this all the time, but it's preferable to show this as m to the power of 2, m squared. And that would be considered fully simplified. But notice, I didn't need to multiply that m by the 7 because it was already being multiplied by 7. Also, it's not addition, which is a fairly common mistake. Do not add those together. It is that we are multiplying the m's together. All right, well, what about this one? Yeah, no problem. We can still do this one. So it says use the distributive property to write an equivalent expression. No problem. So let's start. I'm going to start by distributing this 3 to the w, and I'm even going to show that phantom 1 there. So that is going to be 3 times 1 w's. 3 groups of 1 w's. How many w's will that be? 3 of them. Now I'm ready to distribute the 3 to the 7 x's, so that'd be 3 groups of 7 x's. How many x's is this? Well, 3 times 7 is 21. It's positive, so I'm going to show a plus sign between there, and that's my final expression. Some students make the unfortunate mistake of combining the 3 w's with the 21 x's. Again, these are not like terms that you can combine, so please do not combine them. All right, well, yeah. Probably as expected, we want to distribute among 3 values, but again, it's no problem. I know I'm going to distribute 9 to the 4a, and distribution is multiplication. 9 times 4a's would give me 36 a's. Now I can distribute the 9 to the 10 b's. Again, I'm going to show this work. Not many students would show this much work right here, historically. But I'm showing it just so we can remember that distribution is multiplication. So again, how many b's? That's a lowercase b, it's not a 6. 9 times 10, it's 90 b's. It's positive, so I'm going to put a plus sign right there. Now this next one, when I distribute the 9, it's a 9 to a negative 7, so I'm going to show it as 9 times negative 7. And why is it negative? It's because the 7 takes the operation to its left as its sign. It's negative 7. So 9 times negative 7 would result in negative 63. But notice I put the negative as a minus sign, and I see now that I have 3 terms in my expression, but they're all like terms. So I know I cannot combine these any further to simplify, and this would be my final expression from the distribution. Now, you may even say that's not necessarily simplified, which could be true, but it asked us to distribute, and that's why we did it.